Okay, here we go, guys. Up at 12 o'clock. Our blue Terran player. Up 3-1 in the group right now. It's Nyoken. We have our red Zerg. Having a hard time. Is Zerg too weak? It's StRyKeR. Nah, I think StRyKeR has had some very close maps so far. Right? Because yeah, it was Nyoken versus Models to open, and then StRyKeR ended up losing to Models, and then he ended up losing to Nyoken, that Valkyrie build that really got him. Here, I hope he can do a bit better. I do know that Nyoken really does like those Valkyrie builds, so he might end up doing it again, especially considering he's at 12. 12 o'clock is the hardest base to defend against Mutalisks. In my opinion, especially if Zerg is here, a little bit less so if they're here, but the amount of turrets you need is kind of insane because your gas is way off to this side. The natural's not too bad to defend, but basically the main base, where do you build stuff, right? Like a lot, you can do depots here or depots here. Maybe your barracks here or here, but there's just so much surface area, basically, that they can hit that make it very tough. Now, let's see. We just gotta wait and see what builds that they want to end up doing. I think it's gonna be a 2-hatch play from StRyKeR. We'll see here very momentarily. From Nyoken, he's doing a wall. Let's see if he takes a gas. No, I guess he's already at 13, so he's not going to. Kind of interesting to see the wall, though. If you do wall into this map, normally it means that you're doing either a 1-1-1 or the Goliath build. Obviously, if he gets Zergling Rush, he can close this up. Maybe he skips closing it if he scouts Zerg and sees no rush there. He is going to scout StRyKeR first and see that it's hatchery first, so he can actually just go command center. He doesn't even need the second depot or any Marines. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's going to end up doing here. Does have that 400 minerals. Gets into the main, sees, yep, this is a 2-base, or a 2-hatch opener. All right, the people going down here at the natural. Well, that's kind of interesting too. He's just making a more microable situation to block Zerglings and everything. Gas coming up very quickly. Yeah, I mean, it kind of does look like he wants to rush up to Valkyries once again. Now, StRyKeR could use this against him, right? If you do something like a very quick Lurker Rush, you might be able to just kill Nyoken with that. That's very, very tough. Some Lings being hatched. SCV actually in the corner here. This would be a very easy kill. Not sure what Nyoken's doing with that. Loses concentration there for a moment, perhaps. All right, bunker coming up. Of course, the Overlord sees how late he was on making Marines. I wonder if he'll try something like a run-by. It's possible. There's nothing like blocking here. Maybe you keep... Yeah, if you put 2 SCVs here, it would be okay. But the bunker is basically so far to the side that StRyKeR has the option to run past. Okay, he starts to and decides against it, losing a single Ling. Factory well on the way. SCV continuing to scout. Yeah, everything looks very, very normal over on StRyKER's side. What I'm interested in is where his third hatchery goes. Remember, last time he played Nyoken, he waited to kill the SCV, then built it in his main base. Here, yeah, we see the drone going. This is going to be a more standard way to play. And this is a very defensible third base location. So should be all right with that. Starport on the way for Nyoken. Should see the armory start next. Or, well, depot, but then the armory, if he is going for that armory once again. Yeah, there it is. All right, so same type of thing. Let's see what StRyKeR does with those initial Mutalisks, and if he gets there before the turrets are ready. Now, the eBay is started in time. As long as Nyoken starts turrets right when this finishes, they will finish before the mutas get there, which is really important. We did see that as almost an issue in the last game. All right, adding a couple of barracks. Lands right on top of the SCV somehow. No one knows. Nyoken the hacker. Academy coming up. That Academy a little bit far out, but again, you know, the things I was talking about with how many turrets you need to cover, it really changes dramatically. Like, the Goliath build is used a lot on maps where it's hard to defend mutas, and the Valkyrie build can be. It's just not a very popular build is the thing. But it's another great way to counter mutas where you just don't need many turrets. It's like you need just enough so that if they commit, they lose everything. And that does not take many. It's like you just run the Valkyrie away and the turrets get the extra hits and the Marines get the extra hits. And then if their mutas are attacking anything, you turn the Valkyrie around. It's very simple. All right, first Valkyrie being made. Here come the mutas. And this time the turret's absolutely going to be all ready. 2 at the natural, 3rd going up. 3 in the main base. Valkyrie about to pop. And a little set of glaives coming out. StRyKeR. He doesn't have the full intel yet. But he'll get it pretty soon. Like, the comm stats are really late. I think he knows, but he hasn't seen it. Alright, hitting the SCVs at the natural a little bit doesn't really get much done there. Nyoken sending out a medic to go ahead and heal that. That can be actually a very smart play. It's going to save you a lot of SCVs in the long run. Though it does take all the energy out of your medic. Yeah, StRyKeR has that 3rd base up. Let's see where the mutas go next. Ooh. Oh, tries to get... Yeah, notice that, right? He's attacking the turret. Attack with the Valkyrie. As soon as the Valkyrie gets attacked, you turn it around. So gonna just rebuild that turret. He put a lot of damage onto some of the mutas so far, right? Like, a few more volleys and the mutas are gonna start popping. Would love to see a little bit of a repair from Nyoken, but yeah, he's looking good. He's looking strong. 2 Valkyries now. A little bit of a split. And I think you just have to get out of this army. Like, you can't keep making mutas here. Hydralisk Den is on the way. Don't forget, you have to stay alive against the first push. Nyoken's going to push as soon as the... Is he even making a 3rd Valk? I don't know. I guess not. But he can actually push, like, right now. 2 Valkyries and this many Marines, you will massacre Mutalisks. And we know that he does not have Lurkers ready. Looks like he's waiting for the mutas to fly in somewhere with those Valks. Moves them back in. Gets those volleys off. Wow, he put enough damage on him. I think you can... Yeah, even if they come to engage the Marines now, he's going to lose them. Sunken's on the way. How do you hold this as StRyKeR? It's only 3 Sunkens. Hey, Stim's right in. Wants to get this done with. Mutas flying back, but here are the Valkyries just ahead of them. Okay, the Valkyries getting some hits off. Ooh, you don't want to lose that right there. Loses one of the Valkyries almost for free. Loses the other one. Maybe StRyKeR can hold. This is going to be tough. Mutas have taken a lot of damage so far. Okay, jumps on top of it, and he's just going to hold. You know, this actually comes down to those Valkyries being miscontrolled a little bit. If you had the Valkyries kept alive there, like if you stopped the Scourge from killing them, even if they're kind of low health, like even if one Scourge hit both, you actually probably break him there. It was still a bit of a break. It was still good for Nyoken. Like, he killed a lot. The Mutalisk count is just about gone. Nyoken right now getting into everything else, right? Siege tanks, more barracks. He's going up immediately here to 6 racks. He's going to have his vessels out. Probably got siege mode, but I'm not entirely sure. No, maybe not if he only has 2 tanks. It's not spinning. Now, StRyKeR. At least he's given himself an opportunity. Queen's Nest on the way, a little bit late. His macro can't even be that good. He's only got 3 hatches, so like how much Lurker Ling can you make? If you want to actually try to fight against Terran with Lurker Ling, you definitely need an additional hatch. All right, some Lings kind of waiting up here, but look at the army of Nyoken. He's got his +1, 3 tanks, a vessel, 2 eBays going, good amount of medics. StRyKeR has so little right now. What's the play? How do you hold this? He's making mass lurker. The real problem is the siege tanks, though. I mean, you have mobile detection. He's gonna have a defense matrix or irradiate. He's got a good amount of Marines anyways. Maybe you wait for him to siege over here and you run into him with everything, so the tanks can't micro back. Maybe that's it. Okay, comes over, irradiates one of those lurkers. Nyoken spreading his siege. Oh, he sieges up. This is a very defensible location. StRyKeR running up, burrowing 3 back there, moving up on top of the siege tanks. Can he actually hold? Can he eliminate Nyoken's army? It looks like he might just barely be close enough. Let's see, unburrows and hops forward, but more reinforcements come down for Nyoken. And it looks like he is going to be able to kill off all of these lurkers just barely. Nyoken holds on to his position. Oh my. Okay, Hive is up. Another hatchery coming. We don't actually see a Defiler mound as of yet. Yeah, this is not optimal for poor StRyKeR. Macroing up as much as he can. Nyoken, though, dropping into the main even. This man does everything. Okay, a pure Marine drop. And targeting down the spawning pool, saying, no, you got to keep making just Lurker Hydra against me. That's a huge kill right there. Gonna go ahead and ferry some more units in. StRyKeR, to me, feels just about dead. Yeah, GG is called, and Nyoken takes another one. Nyoken crushing some face right now. In the top right. Right now at a 2-2 map score. Still in it. It's Models. And in the bottom left. Starting off a little bit rough, but starting to kill it now. It's Nyoken. All right, so again, we play 9 maps. If you win 5, obviously you're right in. The only time we've had that happen thus far, where it was like 5 before the very end, I guess. You know, yesterday we did have Gypsy end up getting to that 5, but Dragon really kind of killed his group really strongly on the first day. Eventually, Crossy did start to fight back, but Dragon qualified pretty quickly. Even if we do have Nyoken win this one, there's still placement standings for money and $25 per map win on the line. So every single game will be played, and every single game will be exciting. That is required. All right, so Eclipse is our map. Models sending out the probe. He clearly wants to go ahead and take the gas. Nyoken likes to wall on this map. And like, yeah, I guess if you're not Zealot rushing, the wall is a little bit weaker. But against Zealot rush, it can be very, very strong. And there we go. Model's gonna go ahead and steal that gas. But he's not Zealot rushing, so like the wall doesn't make that much of a difference. If he was, then of course Nyoken would feel really, really confident. Throws down his second depot. And that's just to make sure that it doesn't get pylon blocked or something. But even if you pylon block, he has arrangements that he sets the buildings down at that he's actually okay. Now starting to attack there. Models getting some pretty good probe damage done to this SCV. Some good repair there from Nyoken. And what will Models go for here? Obviously he's going to skip his Zealot. Would be insane if he made a Zealot here against a wall. And it looks like, oh, I like it. I think that this is a really good choice to go Nexus. Generally, I just get angry at Protoss players that, oh my god, and Nyoken sees it and throws down the engineering bay. That's amazing. All right, well, that blocks it. So Models looks like he's going to go to his third base, which I think it's okay. I think that's a fine way to mix it up. You can just make a pylon wall, and you don't have to worry about drops because you've stolen their gas, so drops are so late, it's insane. You never go dropship after getting offensive gas. It just doesn't. It's so slow. So throwing that down. Gonna keep that probe on the ramp. Watch for any shenanigans. And yeah, this has been like kind of a crazy back and forth in this early game. The offensive gas, the offensive eBay. Who comes out on top? Neither player, truly. It's pretty close right now. We have to see what Nyoken's next plan is, because honestly, if you get offensive gassed, I think that pretty much there's two ways to do it. One, you rush, and two, you just make a command center before your factory. Because if you wait for a factory to make the command, you are like, it doesn't even make sense. You get too many minerals. You're getting behind. So it does look like, yeah, he's going to throw that command center down a bit later than models' Nexus. Rack's floating away a little bit. Got to make that that factory pretty soon. And there it goes. We will want to see... oh, it looks like is he sending his Marines across? Maybe try to bunker this or something? I don't think that that's actually doable. Like, it's hard to imagine Nyoken getting a bunker up or doing much damage with those two Marines. But he does need a bunker at home defensively for when the goons come out. Because when you get offensive gas, the goons are out way ahead of your mech units. So it looks like he just wants to get up here and harass a little bit with the two Marines. But okay, he turns it around. Looks like that's going to be that. So just sending him out, realizing he has a small window to get something done, but obviously cannot. Academy on the way. That factory being made. Huh. Oh, okay. Now I was wondering if we were going to end up seeing this. So Nyoken has had this build in his back pocket for a very long time. It's something he likes to do against greedy Protosses from time to time, where he will just go into a stim bio push with tanks. And I mean, this is the type of build where it has hard counters. The hard counter is Reaver. If your opponent goes into Reaver from here, like if Models goes directly into Reaver with this Robo, I think he wins. Like as long as he doesn't make a third Nexus right away, right? Because he's going to have units plus Reaver equals lots of dead Marines. There's still some play you have as Terran there because you have siege tanks, but it's very, very tough. Other than that, this build can really knock down anything that's greedy. Like Nyoken's going to move across. He's going to have 3-4 medics probably. I guess off of 3 racks, more likely have like 3 medics and then probably a group of Marines to a group and a half of Marines to start, and then like maybe 2 siege tanks. And that is a Dragoon killing force. That is going to be very hard for Models to stop with just like 2 Gate Goon. And he is making, look, he's going to Observer, which is so useless against it. He's going 3rd Nexus, which is just like, yeah, you're not getting anything done. Okay, so he shows the tank and kills a goon. So now Models is looking at saying, okay, it's bio, right? Like, I mean, not bio, sorry, it's mech, right? You're expecting at this point just like maybe a 4 factory play, right? Like Scan showed us the way on. Yeah, he is gonna get caught really off guard. I think you need 1 more round of Marines before going. You don't want that few. SCV scouting up. Should just follow that path as well. Would love to see him send 1 SCV up to here as well. Just check if anything's coming. 2 more gates on the way. Nyoken's gonna... Oh, he's actually gonna go this way. Okay, okay. I tell you what, this is such a strong attack against this weak goon army. Models is gonna see it right here. That is not long enough for him to prepare anything against it. Okay, now Models sees it. And this is the oh shit moment. Nyoken doing a very targeted 2-base all in. Here come the goons. Stim is done. He's got a lot of mechs. He's got those tanks. Oh, he's actually, yeah, he's picking off some Marines. I thought he might dive on tanks, but doesn't do that. Instead, trying to focus down as many Marines as possible. It takes 4 goon shots to kill a Marine, so it's very tough to kill him. A lot of damage being dealt to these goons. Only 4 left over. Still both tanks up and operational. Nyoken pushing forward, getting those 2. Do we have siege mode? It's on the way. Not done quite yet. Models going for reinforcements. This is exactly what you want to do as Models gets in here. Tries starting down any Marines coming up. So he is reducing the overall army strength. Can he do some sort of flank here? Targets the tank, doesn't quite get it. Only 3 goons. Can't even efficiently kill Marines with those anymore. Hitting on top of this Nexus. What do we have for models? He is going to Reaver, but it might be too late now. Going Reaver this late? Look at this. A bunker. He's making a turret. He has multiple siege tanks. The Reaver can't really bust this, but maybe if you stop reinforcements, you hold this location and this location, then yeah, maybe you can fight back. Okay, so I mean, Nyoken is gonna just kill him, I think. There's not much for models to do. He's making a lot of units, but Nyoken's going after this base. There's only a single red Dragoon and then probes. He's trying to make cannons, but it's too late. Nyoken's stimming up. The probe's going to come fight because they have to. If the cannons get up, he can hold it. Does he have more units coming? Just setting up endless bunkers here for that containment. And look at that, targeting down those cannons. Cannons warping in just have nothing. Nyoken's sending up more units. More medics than Marines at this point. Would love to see him switch his tech as well. Like, maybe not right this second, but very soon. If he switches into either, like, you could literally go Wraiths here, and that would be good. Or, of course, you can just switch into mech. But gonna continue. And yeah, I think continuing until he actually kills this off is probably wise as well. Now, Model's trying to push down. Does have a Reaver out. No Scarabs as of yet. He breaks that first bunker. Taking some damage from those siege tanks. Seems like the siege tank's out of range of getting any hits from that high ground, which is really important. Nyoken just continuing to slam down buildings here. Buy time. Couple cannons going up for models. He's delaying the what feels like inevitable, but honestly, look at the supplies right now. Can models come back from this? Maybe. Maybe. All right, Nyoken pushing once again. Gonna get that cannon. Okay, finally, he is gonna be able to eliminate this expansion. Nothing really left for models there. He's got a reasonable army if it was like flat ground against his opponent, but that isn't the case. He's got to come down this deadly, deadly ramp. Here we go, dropping out his Zealots, dropping out that Reaver as well. The Marines running forward. Models does not have enough, it looks like, and GG is called. Nyoken looks to be winning this group here tonight. Damn.